In a small, snow-covered town in northern Europe, people whisper about a story every December, about a guest who came for Christmas and never left. That year, the family didn't expect anyone, just a father, a mother, and their young daughter, Elise, preparing for a quiet holiday. The tree was decorated with sparkling lights, the fire crackling in the hearth, and the sweet smell of baked goods filled the house. Everything was perfect, peaceful, normal. But then, the doorbell rang. No one was coming, not in the middle of a snowstorm, and yet there was a knock, slow, deliberate, hesitant. When the father opened the door, a figure stood there, tall, thin, hood pulled low over his face. He introduced himself as Nicholas, claiming he'd lost his way in the storm. Could he stay for Christmas? The family hesitated. Something felt off, an instinctive chill, but pity won over caution. They let him in. Nicholas spoke very little. He barely moved, simply sitting in a corner, watching. His eyes were hidden in the shadow of his hood, yet somehow Elise felt them boring into her. That night, as she lay in bed, she thought she saw him standing at the foot of her bed, but when she blinked, he was gone. At first, nothing seemed wrong. The family laughed, they ate, they opened gifts, but slowly, the atmosphere shifted. On the second night, the father noticed the gifts under the tree had changed. Small things were missing, ornaments were broken, some lying shattered on the floor. The fire flickered unnaturally, casting shadows that seemed too long, too deliberate. Elise began hearing whispers, soft, cold voices calling her name. She tried to tell her parents, but Nicholas would be there in the corner, smiling faintly, silently, as if listening. One evening, the mother found the kitchen in chaos, all the cupboards open, food scattered, as though an invisible hand had been searching for something. And on the wall, scrawled in condensation from the icy windows, was a message. "Why did you let me in?" The family tried to convince themselves it was the wind, the storm, fatigue, anything, but the sense of being watched was relentless. The father awoke to the feeling of someone sitting on his chest, breath cold against his neck. The mother swore she heard footsteps pacing the hall at 3 a.m., but when she went to check, the hallway was empty. By Christmas Eve, Nicholas's presence had grown oppressive. Elise awoke to see him standing over her, just watching. When she screamed, he vanished into the shadows. Later, she found her reflection in the mirror was wrong. The eyes looking back weren't just hers. They were deeper, hollow, as though someone else had been looking through her. On Christmas morning, the horror fully revealed itself. Every family photo in the house had changed. Their faces, once familiar, were blurred, twisted into expressions of fear and despair. And Nicholas? He wasn't in any photo, yet somehow his presence was everywhere, behind them, in every frame, watching, patient, eternal. That night, Elise disappeared. The father searched the house, calling her name, but all he found was a single snowflake in the living room floor, perfectly formed, glowing faintly, though the storm had stopped. By the next Christmas, the house was empty, the family gone. Nobody knew where they went. Some claimed they had vanished into the snowstorm. Others whispered darker theories. The house remained untouched, but Nicholas stayed, waiting, silent, patient. Locals say Nicholas is not a man, not a ghost, not even a spirit. Some believe he is a shadow of Christmas itself, born from the loneliness and darkness that sometimes comes with the season. He drifts from house to house, waiting for the next door to open, waiting for the next family to let him in. So this year, if someone comes to your door, don't invite them in. Sometimes the Christmas guest is one you can never get rid of. And if you're home alone and hear soft knocking in the snow, remember, some shadows are patient, some shadows never leave. Merry Christmas, but be careful who you welcome.